Alright, hello! Welcome back to my guides on the Kingdom Hearts 3 data fights, all set to critical mode. It's been a hot second, but I finally managed to get a grasp on Dark Riku over here, so that's who we're going to be covering today. Real quick before we get into it, thank you so much for blowing the 200 subscriber goal that I set in the previous video out of the water. We're now at like 207, and we still have a whole day in February to go, so thanks very much, and let's just get into it. Dark Riku tends to intimidate most players just because of the sheer vastness of moves that he throws out within a very short time span. Literally, this guy is tripping over his own words. He can't get his catchphrases out fast enough to kind of keep up with how fast he's throwing out his moves. New players in particular will find that due to the sheer concentration of moves that Riku throws out, it's kind of hard to gauge where your openings are here, so this video is going to cover mostly the openings here. I'm going to touch a little bit on patterns, but to be honest, there aren't that many discernible ones in here, so here we go. First thing we're going to cover is what to do if Riku throws out a circle of mines around you. This is one of his more favorite moves in his matchup, and you're going to do two different things depending on two different actions that he can take. First and foremost, you're going to want to dash out of the circle of mines to avoid them altogether before Riku can start up his next move. One action he can take after forming the mine circle around you is to teleport right next to you and start slashing at you. The way you deal with this is to look for the second time that he teleports next to you and hit him before he can get a hit on you. That's going to be your opening here if he chooses to act that way. If Riku dives on you, block the attack, reprise it, and then get out of the way of the red lightning bolts that follow right afterwards. This will not lend itself to a true opening on Riku, but it's worth noting that should he dive in on you after encircling you with mines, he's going to follow up with any other move that is within his arsenal, and that's the move that you're going to have to punish. So for example, here, after he dives in on me, he chooses to encircle me with another set of mines and then go into those slashes, which was the move that I just covered previously. So obviously I got out of the way of the mines there again and looked for him to teleport right next to me, and that's where I hit him. Remember that he can follow up with any move in his arsenal, so know how to be able to punish each and every one of them. When Riku creates straight lines of mines, he will also jump into the air and come down with a shockwave. What you're going to want to do is shot lock to Riku as soon as you can see discernible lines in the shockwave coming at you. There's going to be 5 of them, so if you see 5 shockwave lives coming at you, that's the moment that you shot lock to him. If you go any earlier, you're going to actually get punished by Riku instead of you punishing Riku. Should Riku create 2 sets of these kind of pyramid structure mines around you, he'll then follow up with an unblockable slash, a dark pool that will trigger after about 3 seconds that tracks you, and then another unblockable projectile slash. You're going to want to shot lock to him as soon as he throws out that second unblockable projectile. That'll help you evade the pool and also give you a moment to counterattack against him. Riku has an attack in here that I can only describe as a basic, very standard kind of combo attack. On its own, it's not too much to worry about. He's just kind of dancing around you, throwing up a reflect so that you can't hit him, and occasionally taking a couple slashes at you. It's more devastating when he follows this up after one of his other moves. So essentially, if you ever see him throw out this attack, no matter if he's doing it on its own or if he's following up from another move, you're going to want to look for him to kind of dodge away 2 times, and then he'll throw out an unblockable red projectile. You need to air step to him as soon as he throws out that red projectile and punish him right there. The window is really tight, but it is an opening, and it's pretty consistent if you know exactly like what part of the animation you need to be hitting him on. Another one of Riku's moves is to create a dark pool underneath you and then follow up with shockwave slashes, normal slashes, a dive from above, and then also a projectile that's unblockable. The key to getting through this move is to spam the dodge button to a certain extent. You want to time it so that you are absolutely avoiding the dark pool trap that triggers after a set amount of time, and you also don't want to leave yourself susceptible to the end lag after Riku dives on top of you and creates a small shockwave around you. Those 2 moves are the only ones that can kind of trip you up here. Otherwise, just be dodging the entire time, and when you see the last shockwave come out, which is going to be the second shockwave after Riku throws out his unblockable projectile, air step to him and get your own combo in. Should you ever see Riku run around a little bit, chances are he's going to throw out an unblockable slash and then follow up with like his own version of Sonic Slash. You're going to want to dodge into the unblockable projectile and immediately throw up a block to get your own counterattack in here, either in the form of a risk dodge prompt or your own just standard counterattack. Should Riku create a dark pool under you and then jump into the sky, he's going to follow up with a 5-prong shockwave and then come at you with 2 flurry slashes, with the last hit of the second flurry being unblockable. I would constantly be dodging to get out of the way of the pool and the shockwaves coming at you, and then block the slashes, reprising on the last slash. From there, Riku should have a moment there where he's just kind of walking around. You should be able to counterattack right there. A slightly different iteration of this move is one where instead of shockwaves, he creates mind circles around you. In this case, simply jump up in the air, block, and you should immediately be able to counterattack as soon as Riku collides with your blade. Alright, time for the DM, which is a veritable maelstrom of trash. We're going to be handling it in chunks, just so you can easily digest exactly what you need to do to get through this move. First things first, stand between his shockwave slashes and then block all of his incoming sonic blade slashes as well as his plunging slash. Next, you're going to want to jump up in the air immediately and air dash away and immediately block to block his second set of sonic blade slashes and the plunge from above. Repeat the air dodge and block once more for the third set. Do the exact same thing again, except for note that this time he's only coming down with a plunging attack, no sonic blade. Dodge away again, this time dropping to the ground, and then block his incoming projectiles and plunging attack. Lastly, roll out of the way of the red lightning, block the last set of sonic blade and the plunging attack, then wait for a moment, activate your reprisal, get the first section of it in, air dash away, and then air dash back to continue your combo on Riku. All put together, it should look a little something like this. That's going to do it for my guide on Dark Riku. I know that there are a couple openings here that I didn't cover. I really only wanted to focus on the most efficient and most consistent ones to risk taking in the first place, so I appreciate you guys kind of bearing with me here. Stay tuned for the no damage run of this boss coming up right now. Otherwise, I would really appreciate a like and subscription if you found the video entertaining or useful in any way whatsoever. Thanks again for helping me blow past that 200 subscriber mark that I had set for myself. Next up on the list we have Shion and Master Xehanort. Those should be coming out relatively soon. Otherwise, I don't really think I have anything else to cover, so as always, take care, stay frosty.
Darknet, I'm done with you! See ya! Try again! Come on! I'm done with you! One more! Stronger! Come on! Think fast! Later! Darknet, think fast! See ya! Try again! Come on! I'm done with you! I'm unstoppable! One more! Later! One more! Later! One more! Later! Later! One more! It's over! There! Stronger! Think fast! Later! Come on! See ya! Try again! I'm done with you! One more! Darkness! I'm done with you! What? See ya! Who's stronger? Come on! Think fast! Later! Darkness! Take this! Come on! I'm done with you! One more! Darkness! Back off! Here we go! Light!